Shall we start? Yes. Good afternoon. Online audible, visible? Yes, audible. Okay. Good afternoon. Now today we will be discussing about which one? It is the first and the foremost one. It is the weekly current affairs. The weekly current affairs starting from 14th of October. The 14th of October till 19th of October 2024. The 2024. Yes or no? Now, in the last week, which all topics were most important and which are important from our exam point of view? Which all topics are important from our exam point of view? From our first one called as polity. From polity topics. Which all topics are important? Begin. It is the first and the foremost one. Here is classical language discuss madadalva. It is the first and the foremost one. It is Citizenship Act of 1955. It is Citizenship Act of 1955. Firstly, we will be discussing about this. Why this was in use? Why this was in use majorly? It is section 6A has been upheld by Yaru. It is Supreme Court in 4:1 decision. Yes or no? In a decision that is in 4:1, the Supreme Court has upheld. The Supreme Court has upheld what? The decision of the 6A. Okay, Alva. Now shall we discuss about the 6A now? Okay, Alva. Now, the first and the foremost one. The first and foremost one, what is this section 6A? What is this section 6A talks about? The first and foremost one, about section 6A. The section 6A is specifical to which state? It is specifically to a state of Assam. It is specifically to a state of Assam. Exactly, Rakesh. Good afternoon. Yasin, good afternoon. Swati, good afternoon. Hope it is audible. Exactly, yes. Okay. Now, with respect to Assam, it is Assam ge. We have brought in an amendment. I've already said capital A andre. What is capital A? Amendment. Now, we have brought in an amendment in which year? We have brought in an amendment in the year. It is the second major important one. What is the origin of section 6A? What is the origin? The first and foremost origin here is, in the year 1980 finally, in the year 1985, we have brought in amendment. Now, before to this amendment, there was a conflict between the indigenous people of Assam and the migrants. Now, which migrants? Yeah, migrants. Normally, during this period, that is 1980s in the 85 or go, there was a conflict between the Bangladeshi migrants and what? Bangladeshi migrants and it is the local people, we call it as what? The people of Assam. Now, if the people are migrating and entering into the Assam, now why are they entering into Assam? What is the requirement? Why are the Bangladesh people, why are they entering into Assam? Don't you think there is a push factor which is happening from Bangladesh and pull factor which is happening with respect to where? Assam. Now, pull agadike, why Assam was more important? Why only to Assam? Why not to West Bengal? Why not to the different parts of the country? It is the first and the foremost one. Sir, Bangladesh is sir problem. Why it is push? Why it is the push? Majorly the conflict between it is the majoritarian, the Pakistan people and the local Bengali people who are staying in Bangladesh. Nothing but there is a conflict between, this is Bangladesh. Now Bangladesh was initially controlled by yaru? Initially controlled by Pakistan, yes or no? Initially controlled by Pakistan. Now in a Bengal region, that is East Bengal regionally, which people are majoritarian? It is Bengalis, but controlled by yaru? Controlled by Pashtuns. Controlled by Pashtuns. Who is this Pashtuns? It is the Pakistan people. They were controlling the Bangladesh. Now don't you think this majoritarian people will go for a rebel against the ruling government? Against the ruling government. Now against this ruling government there was a rebel which has been aided by yaru? Which has been aided by, it is the leader of the Bengal. Yarappa leader? It is the Sheikh Hasina's, the father. Yarappa Sheikh Hasina's father? It is Mujbar Rahman. It is a Sheikh Mujbar Rahman. He raised a voice against it is the ruling party or the ruling authority, we call it as the Pakistan. Now conflict adaga, don't you think these people will start to go for it is atrocities or subsuming of this movement? Martaro madalvo. If there is a conflict between two people andaga, automatically the majoritarian people will go for, it is, I can say, authoritarian attitude against the local people. Now that led to conflict between yarar madhe. It is conflict between that is the ruling people we call it as the Pashtuns. Ruling people we call it as Pashtuns, and the majoritarian, the people we call it as yaru? It is the Bengalis or the indigenous Bangladesh people. Now don't you think there will be conflict between these two? Now conflict adaga, that led to what? That led to the push factor from Bangladesh. That led to push factor from Ilinda. It is Bangladesh to where? To the nearest regions. Now which is the nearest region here? It is nearest region here is the India, majorly into Assam. Why into Assam? Sir, Assam al yenide to reach it to Assam. To reach it to Assam, yenide Assam ali? Nothing but Assam was, I can say, since our pre-independence, it was a rich state because in Assam, the maximum, I can say, the plantations are related to, it is the tea production. The maximum tea it has been produced in Assam and they were rich. And if I migrate to the Assam region, I can get shelter majorly in the tea estates. Majorly in tea estates. Adukoskara, this migrants reached where? This migrants reached to the Assam. Now sir, yavagina migrants shuruvagtare anta kelidre, it is from 1960s to, it is 1980s vargu. There were intense migration which is happening from Bangladesh to the Assam region. Bangladesh to the Assam region. Now, like Yadon citizens, if they're, I can say, entering into your country, will you be quiet? No. Now, Assam people has also raised a rebellion against the Assam, nothing but raised that is the indigenous people of Assam, they have raised a rebel against yar against. It is this Bengalis. Nothing but why they have raised it is rebellion against the Bengalis because these immigrants, they are entering into their own state and they are becoming what? Majoritarianism. They are becoming or they are converting into majority, whereas this indigenous people are leading it to what? It is minority people. First thing is this one. And the second one, don't you think these people, they are entering into Assam and they are capturing They are capturing all the local jobs. All the local jobs. Now, if that is the case, don't you think Assam people will become unemployed? Assam people will become unemployed. Now, unemployment adaga, they started to raise a voice against the immigrants. Now, this voice has been raised by an organization called as ASU anta. What is ASU? ASU Allah. It is ASU. What is ASU? It is all, I can say Assam. It is the all Assam, the Students' Union. They started to demand, saying that this immigrants should be ousted from Assam, and we need to control our own land rather than the immigrants. Now, sir, ASU demand, this has continued for 6 years till 1985 varegu. 1985 varegu. Now, after 1985, they came to a conclusion, and that conclusion is in the form of agreement, and that agreement we call it as Assam Accord. We call it as Assam Accord. Ili story ide bekir Assam Accord. Okay alva? Story okay alva? Nothing but because of conflict between the India and the Pakistan region, nothing but majorly. It is majorly Bengalis, that is the East Bengal, and the second one we call it as the Pakistan, the Pashtuns. This led to conflict. Now, conflict raised madidde yaru antandre, it is by Mujibur Rahman. He is the leader of the Bengal Liberation Movement. The Bengal Liberation Movement that led to conflict between the ruling party and the local people. Now, this local people took a support of India in the year 1971. And that war we call it as the liberation of Bangladesh. It is also called as Indo-Pakistan War of 1971. Yes, okay, 1971. Now, during the conflict situation, will the people stay in their own land? No, automatically there will be push factor. Now, push factor adaga, they came to the different parts of India, and even the government supported to settle India, because the government is only supporting the war alva. Nothing but government supported, and they supported to establish their bases in where? It is Assam. Because employment, second thing here is, you can go for, I can say, the settlement in a peaceful manner. Because it's a northeast alva. Bere kade bidala, but northeast you can enter. Now, over a period of time, after 1971, after some 5 or 6 years, now the impact is visible now. Impact in the form of unemployment, impact in the form of, I can say, extraction of huge resources, followed by a huge, I can say, threat to the culture of the, I can say, Assam also, or the northeast. Sir, why Assam ge threat agtitu? Because this Bangladeshi people were, it is the Muslims majorly, whereas the northeastern people were either Hindus or Christians. Don't you think there is a conflict between the clashes between the culture also? At the same time, conflict between the employment also, conflict between the extraction of the resources. Idara jotege, the Bangladesh people have become majoritarian in all the fields, including where? Including the tea estates. Now, logical don't you think again there will be rebel against the immigrants, and that rebel we call it as the ASU rebellion. What is ASU rebellion? It is All Assam Students' Union. Now this ASU, they started to rebel from Ilinda. It is 1979 and finally agreement has been done between the three governments. We call it as Government of India, Government of the State of Assam, and the third one we call it as ASU. Now that led to amendment of section 6A to the Citizenship Act of 1955. Nothing but giving priority to Yarge. It is giving more priority to the citizens of Assam. Citizens of Assam. Yes, citizens of Assam ge more priority kodabeku anta. Now what is that priority sir anta nododadre? What is that priority? It is section 6A. Section 6A of which act? It is Citizenship Act of 1955. Citizenship Act of 1955. Sir, what was the target which has been put by this section 6A nodadadre? There are three important cutoff dates. Now the first cutoff date here is first cutoff date. It is 1st January 1966. 1966. Nothing but before to the Indo-Pakistan or the Bangladesh Liberation War, who have migrated to India. They will be getting what? The complete citizenship rights. The complete citizenship rights are being provided under the Citizenship Act of 1955 by amending section 6A. Section 6A has been amended. Nothing but when you have migrated before to 1966, they will be getting what rights? The complete citizenship right. Complete citizenship right. Okay, alva? Complete citizenship right. The second cutoff date here is, it is the 24th March 1971. 1971. Now, one who have migrated in this range, nothing but 66 in the 1971. Now, we will be giving a citizenship or not? It is yes, but kortiva antandre no. Nothing but it is yava kortivi. We will be providing a citizenship based on registration. Based on registration after 10 years of stay in where? 10 years of stay in India. Indiaದಲ್ಲಿ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಇರಬೇಕು. And after staying in India for 10 years, I can go for what? Registration. Idadmele you will be getting what? You will be getting citizenship status. Citizenship status. Second one. The third one, one who have migrated after 25th 1971. Ivrne ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? We need to be expelled from India. We need to be expelled from India by declaring them as what? By declaring them as illegal migrants. We need to be expelled. Yes, highly important one. Yes, okay alva? ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಕೇಳಿಸಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಮೈಕ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್. Okay. Yes, okay. Now this is with respect to our, I can say section 6A. ನೀನು ಹೇಳು. It is based on registration. Based on registration, after 10 years, you will be getting what? You will be getting citizenship. Now, what is the difference between registration and naturalization? It is registration. It is registering with your, I can say, the office. Whereas naturalization, it can be any person. Okay, alva, registration not only marriage. You will be registering after a particular stay. Adadmele registration. Whereas 1971 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ you will be expelled. Now ಇವ್ರನ್ನ expel ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, don't you think I need to have some codification document? Now that codification document to recognize who is citizens of India and who is the foreigner. To understand this, we need to go for NPR, we need to go for NRC, we need to go for census. All those things are mandatory now. Yes, okay alva? Now sir, ಇಲ್ಲಿ conflict ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? Why PIL has been filed? Why a PIL has been filed against these three provisions in Supreme Court? and why Supreme Court has supported this statement. What was their views? See, first and foremost one, it is, don't you think, providing, I can say, the liberal laws for a particular state is against Article 14? Article 14 talks about what? It is equality before law. Now, if that is the case, why are you providing few rights only to the Assam? Why not to other states? First criticism. And the second criticism, what was this date? Is it rational, I can say, criteria or rational division of criteria? No. Again, based on this two, a PIL was being filed by, PIL has been filed in where? It is Supreme Court. A PIL has been filed in Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has said that Article 14 ali, not only equality before law, we also have equal protection of law also. Now, if we have equal protection of law, don't you think it is we can go for equal protection based on it is the differences? Yes or no? Nothing but like should be treated likely and unlike should be treated what? In an unlike manner, nothing but it is based on the reasonable grounds we can amend the Citizenship Act. Now, who has the authority to amend Citizenship Act? It is only the Parliament has authority. Obviously, Parliament has done this, and Supreme Court has clearly said that in a judgment called as the 5 judges case, or in a 4:1 judgment ali, they have clearly said that whatever the amendment which has been brought into the Citizenship Act of 1955, majorly related to 6A, on the basis of human civilization, on the basis of humanitarian grounds, it is valid and it is justifiable also. It is justifiable also. Adukoskara, whatever the amendment which has been brought into the Citizenship Act of 1955, it will uphold. Nothing but this will be a legal anta. This will be legal. Okay now? Yes. One story artha aita hogli. Now, you film maane ella. It is the first and foremost one. What is this Assam Accord? What is this Assam Accord? It is an agreement between. It is agreement between the three parties. Agreement between. It is ASU. It is All Assam Students Union. Second one. Second arrow. It is Government of India and Government of Assam. Government of Assam. Okay, Alva? Yes, the three parties, they have gone for an agreement. Nothing but it is amending and providing special protection to yaar ke? It is the people of Assam. The people of Assam, by bringing a section called as, which section? It is section 6A of, it is Citizenship Act of 1955. It is amendment has been brought in to the Citizenship Act of 1955. 1955. Exactly, yes. Sima, Harsha, exactly, how do? Okay, Alva. It is section 6A. Now, what does section 6A talks about? It is section 6A talks about one who have migrated to India before January 1st, 1966. 1966 will be provided what status? The full citizenship status. Full citizenship status is being provided. Full citizenship has been provided. Okay, Alva? This is our first one. Second one, which talks about one who have migrated between 1966 to 1971, during the period of war. During the period of war, that is, yeah, war. It is Bangladesh liberation, or it is also called as what? It is also called as Indo-Pakistan War of, we call it as 1971. Now, one who have migrated during this period, they'll be provided citizenship. After ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ? It is after 10 years of stay in Bangladesh. Okay, it is in India. It is 10 years of stay in India. Okay, India stay ಆಗಬೇಕು. It is, they'll be provided citizenship. And the third one who have migrated after March 25, 1971. Now, they'll be declared as what? They'll be declared as illegal migrants, and they will be deported back to their country. Nothing but after 1971, they'll be declared as illegal migrant, and they will be deported back to their country. Back to their country, and it is again, it is Bangladesh. Yes. Now, sir, ಇದನ್ನ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, who has migrated before to 1971, who has migrated before to 1966, don't you think we need to design a document? And that document, we call it as NRC. Now, which is the first state to go for NRC? It is Assam. Highlight 19.1, which is the only state, and which is the state is, it is Assam. Okay, alva? Assam is the only state, and Assam is the first state also to go for NRC. Now, what is the difference between NRC and what is the difference between NPR? Enappa? What is NRC and what is NPR? First? Okay. Okay, correct. As simple as that, can I say residents? Okay, alva? Now, sir, first NPR andre enu antandre, it is National Population Registry. National Population Registry anta. NRC andre National Registry of Citizens. National Registry of Citizens. Now, is NRC and NPR mentioned in a Citizenship Act of 1955? No. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ ಪಟ್ಟಂತ ಯಾವ್ದಾರು ಅವ್ರು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮತ್ತೇನು? It has been mentioned in the Citizenship Act of 1955 via an amendment in the year 2003 ನಲ್ಲಿ. Via an amendment to the Citizenship Act of 1955, both are being mentioned under the Act. Under the Act. Ee varsha there must be a question on citizenship. There must be a question on citizenship anta. Okay alva? It is NPR. Now, sir, ಈಗ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, what do you mean by NPR, sir? What do you mean by NPR? Now, as simple as that, NPR calculates, it is the population, one who are staying in India for at least 8 months. It is at least for 6 months. And they are planning to stay for the another 6 months also. Nothing but they have already stayed for at least 6 months in India, and they are also planning to stay. They are also planning to stay in India for at least next 6 months. They are being calculated in NPR. It is National Population Registry. National Population Registry. Okay, alva? National Population Registry, the first is about talks about, it is a persons who have stayed in India for at least 6 months and planning to stay in India for the next 6 months, they are being calculated. Now, can I say, does it include only citizens or foreigners also? It is both citizens and foreigners are being calculated. Nothing but this includes what? One who was staying in India. Nothing but residents are being taken into consideration. Nothing but what? It is residents are being residents are being taken into consideration while going for NPR, which includes what? Which includes the Indian citizens as well as foreigners kuda irbodalva. One has stayed for at least 6 months and one are planning to stay for the next 6 months. They'll be calculated under NPR. Yes, now conducting of NPR is a legal exercise. Be cautious here because it is mentioned under where? It is mentioned under Citizenship Act of 1955. 1955. Legal kuda. It is not an illegal one. It is legal. Second one NRC andre. What is NRC? National Registry of Citizens. National Registry of Citizens. Now what do you mean by NRC? It is Indian citizens are, I can say, calculated. It is Indian citizens are calculated under NRC. Does it include Pakistan? It is nothing but only Indians are taken into consideration. Now by going for NRC and NPR, can I identify the illegal migrants? Sir, henge sir anta kelidre, nothing that this is NPR data. NPR which includes what? Which includes, it is the citizens as well as foreigners. Now idralli, if I go for NRC, ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ? Now don't you think NPR includes NRC also? Now ಈ NRC ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, don't you think ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು? It is foreigners. Yes or no? ಹೌದು ರುಜುಲ್? Foreigner ನೀನು? ಇಲ್ವಾ? How? Okay. Son of the soil concept. Okay. ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಮಗ. It is okay alva? It is, can I eliminate them? Can I go for identification of the illegal migrants? Nothing but it is the citizens will be, it is removed, and whereas the foreigners will be deported back to their country. This is about our NRC and NPR. Now this exercise, if I want to expand it to complete India, and that we call it as NRIC. If I am interested to expand not only to Assam, it is a complete country expand madbekiga. Now what exercise can I do here? It is NRIC. What is NRIC? It is National Registry of Indian Citizens. National Registry of Indian Citizens. National Registry of Indian Citizens. Yes, exactly. Online, Seema. It is Ria, exactly. Yes. Okay, Album. It is complete populationally. It is NRC. I can identify they are citizens, and the rest we can eliminate them. Nothing but think that some 100 persons. Nothing that some 100 persons are, I can see, calculate under NPR. Now we 100 ali. I think that some 80 are Indian citizens. Now rest is 20 jana yaragirtare. Nothing but illegal migrants alva or foreign migrants alva. Nothing but the foreigners will be, it is identified. Now if they have entered India in a legal manner, automatically they can stay in India, whereas illegal migrants can be picked up and we can deport back to their country. It does not mean only Bangladesh. It can be any country. It can be China, or it can be Pakistan, or it can be Sri Lanka, or it can be Maldives, Nepal, Bhutan, any country. Yes, if you are expanding this NRC to the complete country, we call it as NRIC. NRIC, that is National Registry of Indian Citizens. Yes or no? Okay, Alva? Yes. Complete Assam Accord as well as complete 6A. Is it clear now? Now, if it is done now, what is the difference between census and NRC, census and NPR? Which is strict document? It is, what about census? Illa. It is first and foremost one, NRC, NPR, as well as census. Fastest. What's the difference? Now, First and foremost one, now NRC includes what? Only citizens, illi. It includes both Indians and foreigners. But what about census ali? Is it only Indians or only foreigners or both? It is, again, the citizens are calculated here. Now, sir, this is just a census. This is not a strict document. Proof ಕೊಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಂಗೆ 3 ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೌದು ಓಕೆ ಅಂತ. ಇಬ್ರು ಹೆಂಡ್ತೀರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. Yes or no? Yes, this is not a strict document. What about NRC? It is 3 ಜನ ಹೆಂಡ್ತೀರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ give me document boss. Second one, ಇಬ್ರು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ documents. Nothing but this NRC and NPR is what? It is a strict document. It's a strict document, whereas census takes into consideration majorly demographic data, income, the distribution of population in a locality, whereas NRC and NPR mainly focus upon what? It is nationality of a region. They'll take into consideration what? It is nationality. This major focus. Major focus here is nationality. What about, I can say, the census? It is census here is major agi. It is demographic distribution in a particular region. Region anda. Okay, alva, demographic distribution of particular region, nothing but how much persons are present in a state, followed by what density, followed by sex ratio, followed by male and female, and particular age group, child age to adolescent age to, followed by old age people, are all being calculated under the census. Whereas NPR and NRC, it is what? It is a strict document which majorly focuses upon identification of the nationality of a particular person. Yes, done. Okay, alva. This we call it as NPR, NRC and census. Now, sir, in Murralli kuda, we are not focusing upon the social perspective and the developmental perspective of a particular caste, alva. Nothing but we have n number of castes. Now, we are not able to get an adequate data related to which caste is being deprived with respect to particular indicators, that is social and economic indicators, and we are not getting adequate data with respect to the richness of a particular caste also. Now, adukoskara naven madbeku? We need to go for SECC data. It is SECC data. Idina one question idde irate, understand the concepts now. It is SECC data. Yes. Madala. It is the religion. Only religion, the sex ashte. It is neutral indicators. Neutral indicators are being asked. Illi. It is ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಕೆಲವು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾವ ಕಾಸ್ಟು, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಟು ಸಿಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಆರ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಚೇರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಿ ನೀವು ಅಂತ. It is, but in reality, census is I can say, a neutral document, and it is highly confidential document also, which gives my data related to majorly, it is the human geography part, majorly the human geographical part in a particular region. It does not depicts our developmental aspect. It does not depicts our caste data. Now, caste data ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, go for SECC data. Now we have gone for SECC data in the year 2011. It is, what is SECC? It is socio-economic. The caste census data 2011. Socio-economic, the caste census data 2011. Exactly, yes. Done? Okay, alva. It is SECC data 2011, which has been taken up at India level. It is India level comprehensive data. Now illi it is a particular caste, ಎಷ್ಟು caste ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ. We'll be getting to know about which all caste, which caste is developed adequately and which caste is deprived with respect to which indicators. We'll be getting to know about all such economic and social indicators. Social indicators, yes or no? Social indicators ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಇದ್ರ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆದರೆ ಸರ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಏನು ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ we'll be getting to know about which caste contributes to the dominant, I can say, caste in a particular state, or which caste contributes to the dominant complete regionally. Now that is majorly used by yaru? The politicians. Majorly used by politicians. Now this SCCG data 2011 has been expanded to the different states also. Nothing but even the different states are also interested to go for SECC data, not majorly with respect to development and economic criteria, rather to know that which caste contributes the more, which caste is deprived. See, our data itkondu ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ, I can go for, I can say, including that concepts in it is while delivering the campaigns, while delivering speeches, majorly as a vote bank politics, majorly as a vote bank politics. Recent agi the 3 to 4 states have announced that will be going for conducting of SECC data. Now which is the first one? Which is the first one andre? It is Bihar. Bihar was the first state to announce that we will be going for SECC data. It is socio-economic caste census. Socio-economic caste census. The second is Andhra Pradesh, third is Telangana, fourth is Karnataka. But third and two it is official, but fourth one yet to see implement either it will be fourth or else no. Yes, okay alva. It is about, it is this three at least, it is now official. Official now. This is unofficial agide, but let's see. Done. Obviously, they can take into consideration. See, majorly they are going for social and economic one, but they are not taking into consideration the comprehensive part. But comprehensive beku andre obviously next committee se beku. Exactly. It is okay alva. It is socio-economic caste census 2011. ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, it is by the Ministry of the Rural Development and Panchayati Raj. Ministry of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj. In the year 2011 they have released the report, and this majorly includes what? Majorly includes automatic inclusion and automatic exclusion criteria basis mele we have gone for SECC data. SECC data. ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕತೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. Okay, hello, ಯಾವ parameters ಏನು ಅಂತ, this is sufficient. At least you should know little bit knowledge about NPR, NRC, NRIC, census ಬಗ್ಗೆ, followed by it is about SECC data also. ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ಸರ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, recently our Ministry of Home Affairs have said that we will be conducting the census by which year? It is by the year 2026 astrally. It is by the year 2026. The Ministry of Home Affairs has said that we'll be conducting the 2021 census. 2021 census, and this census is also called as what? The first digital census. The first ever digital. Tab ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಈಗ ಮನೆಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್. Yes, the first digital census. ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಯ ನೀನು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡ, ಕೇಳು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. Yes, okay, it is Ministry of Home Affairs. Now under Ministry of Home Affairs we have a dedicated department called as the Census Department. Under the Census Department, Registrar General of Census Commissioner, he will be conducting what? He will be conducting the census. That is Registrar General of Census. Example ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. This Registrar General of Census comes under which ministry? That is Ministry of Home Affairs. Ministry of Home Affairs. they'll go for conducting of census once in how many years? Once in 10 years. We call it as decadal census. We call it as decadal census. Okay, alva? Once in 10 years, we call it as decadal census anta. Now, sir, with respect to census ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ history ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, now during which period our census started? It is 1872 ನಲ್ಲಿ. It is 1872 and 1881 ನಲ್ಲಿ. Why two dates? It is 1872 ನಲ್ಲಿ. It is non-synchronized data. Nothing but census was conducted in only few regions. Only in few dominant regions ali. It is census was conducted. It is we call it as non-synchronized data. Non-synchronized data. What about during 1881? During 1881 ali, it is the synchronized data as well as the continuation of what? Decadal census also took place. It is synchronous as well as the decadal census took place or started to continue. We call it as the origin of a census. Origin of census. Now, initiate adaga, who was the Governor General or Viceroy? It is Lord Mayo. Lord Mayo was the Viceroy or Governor General of India. Governor General of the India anta. Okay alva? But the recent decadal census, that is 2021 census, has been delayed. For what reason? It is because of COVID. In the year it is 2021 ali. It is because of COVID. At time elections ಏನಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. It is 2019 ಮುಗ್ದಿತ್ತು. It is the 2021 has been delayed majorly because of it is a COVID-19. This has been exercised or has delayed. Now the recently that a particular concerned department has clarified, saying that by the year 2026 astrally, we will be conducting this exercise in a full-fledged manner and also in a digital manner. Also. Sir, 2026 ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 2027 ಇಂದ it is the 106th Constitutional Amendment Act will come to effect, if that's the case. ಆದರೆ 27 ಇಂದ it will come into effect or else ಮತ್ತೆ ಗೋವಿಂದ. Okay alva? This is all about our first topic called as the section 6A and complete about the citizenship, the concepts about the citizenship. Okay alva? Now, sir, in ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ discuss ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ little bit about the citizenship. Now, citizenship ಬಗ್ಗೆ discuss ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ the first and foremost one, what do you mean by citizenship? ಏನಪ್ಪ citizenship ಅಂದ್ರೆ? It is the rights, the powers and the immunities of being a citizen of a particular country. I'll be having particular rights and I'll be having a particular immunities also. Now, ನಾನು Indian citizen ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ can the government expel me from India? ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗು ನೀನು ಅಂತ? No. Nothing but this is my right which has been given by yaru? The constitution. That's the law of the land. At the same time, I also have powers also. Nothing but ಏನು powers sir ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ it is I can contest, I can teach here, I have a freedom of speech also. Nothing but I can go for, I can see the examinations also which has been conducted by the Indian as a country. Yes, I'll be having the powers and the immunities which has been enjoyed by the citizens of a particular country. We call it as citizens. Okay alva? This is about our first and foremost one, we call it as the abouts. It is nothing but the powers, the rights and the immunities nothing but PRI anta. It is the PRI anta anpitkonಡ್ರೆ it is sufficient. Second one we call it as, now the citizenship has been inculcated under which part? It is under the part 2 nalli, under which article? It is under article 5 to 11. It is now 5 to 11. Now 5 to 11, I'll divide it into two things. One we call it as 5 to 10 and the 11th one. Now 5 to 10 talks about what? Citizenship at the birth of constitution. As simple as that. It is citizenship during the origin of our Indian constitution. Nothing but who will be the Indian citizenship at the birth of Indian constitution on the date of what? It is 26 January 19. It is 50 time. 19 of 50. And 11 talks about what? 11 talks about, it is exactly the powers has been given to yarge? Only to parliament. Parliament alla, only to parliament to frame the citizenship, to frame the citizenship for the, for yarge? It is for the future. For the future, highly important one here is, it is article 11. Article 11 is highly important one. Yes, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ citizenship, ನಮ್ಮ citizenship constitution mention ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. No, rather it has been mentioned under, article 11. Now by using this powers of the parliament, we have brought in Citizenship Act of 1955. It is Citizenship Act of 1955 anta. It is 1955. Now based on this act only, it is the ways of acquiring of citizens and the ways of, I can say, it is the removal of a particular person from the, it is citizenship. Yes or no? It is how many ways we can acquire? It is how many ways appa antandre? It is via 5 ways we can acquire. ತಪ್ಪು ಹೇಳಬಾರ್ದು. It is we can acquire, ನಂಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. It is 5 ways you can acquire citizenship, and the second one we call it as, on which all ways we can remove. It is the particular citizenship anta kelidre, it is via 3 ways. Okay na? Via 3 ways. Now which all ways we can acquire citizenship? It is first one by birth. Ninde? It is based on birth. It is exactly as son of the soil. It is birth. Second one based on descent. Nothing but based on blood relations. It is decent alla, descent. Idne bardirra yaru. It is descent adu. It is decent alla. It is descent. The third one we call it as based on registration. Yadu agilla andre madve. It is shadi bhagya. It is fourth one. It is naturalization. Onti prani. Idaga you can come here and you can acquire the citizenship also. And the last one we call it as acquiring of, it is the territory. Acquiring of territory by India. Acquiring of the territory. Exactly. Gothilla nange yaru SD family anta. Okay, alva, this is our first one. Second one, removal ge we have 3 important removals. One we call it as it is removal. Nane bitre we call it as what? Voluntary, I can say, giving up of the citizenship. We call it as, it is renunciation. First one, renunciation. Second one, deprivation, and the termination. Deprivation andre enu? It is if I'm acquiring, it is outside. Okay na? It is termination if you violated any of the rules. it is violate ಆದರೆ 2 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೇಲೆ ಜೈಲ್ ಆದರೆ yes sir exactly yes okay alva it is the 3 ways we can remove what we can remove the Indian citizenship okay alva now this is our first basics and the second basic we call it as Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. Now Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019, why was in use? Majorly for two important reasons. One we call it as 2019 ali we have brought in amendment to yav act ge our major act we call it as the Citizenship Act of 1955. Okay alva yargu doubt ilva citizenship ಬಗ್ಗೆ it must be it is in your tips because ee varsha there will be a question, at least one question. Done? Okay, it's exactly online. Yes, 2019. And the second one in the month of February 2024, it is Yavsha, it is Amit Shah. Nanenu continue martilla. It is Amit Shah has said that ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ it is will be implementing what? Will be implementing 2019, nothing but will be implementing it. Now one bit it is what are the highlights of this act? What are the highlights of this act? Now the first and the foremost one here is the citizenship who have migrated from which country? It is the Bangladesh, Afghanistan and the Pakistan in the it is BAP countries. Second one based on religion, it is will be providing a status. It is ಯಾರಿಗಪ್ಪ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it is Hindus, the Sikhs, the Christians, followed by Buddhists, Jains and Parsis who have migrated before too. It is 31st December 2014 they'll be provided the citizenship based on it is based on naturalization. Now what is the reduced tenure here? What is the reduced tenure? It is 12 years in the it has reduced it to it is 5 years. It is reduced it to 5 years. I have discussed this already. Okay alva? Okay Ramesh beda this is online yaak sumne okay adeno continue ಮಾಡಿ sir ante like after class okay alva? Yes, see you should know this in detail about citizenship. Now the first topic here is idin choose madina because this is important and there might be chances of asking a question. Now you should know about in detail aspect here. Now under this we have discussed about what is section 6A ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ and we have discussed about the origin of section 6A also, and post this we have discussed about the history, what is the conflict between the Assam people and the migrated Bangladeshis adu nodidvi, and also we have discussed about what is Assam Accord, followed by we have discussed about what is NPR, what is NRC. We have discussed about what is the difference between NPR, NRC, the census andrenu, followed by we also discussed about it is the origin and evolution of the census, followed by we also discussed about SCCC data and which countries or which states have gone for SCCC. Adadmele we have discussed about the basics of citizenship. Adadmele we also discussed about the recent one we call it as the Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. In last one day topic bittirodantandre it is the difference between NRI and the it is OCI. Yes, I hope nimge gottide adu. It is NRI is nothing but a Indian citizen who is residing out of India for more than 6 months or 182 days. We call it as NRI. What is NRI? Non-resident Indian anta. Non-resident Indian, they are Indians but staying outside India, either in the Gulf or abroad. We call it as NRIs. Now, can we call ambassadors as NRIs? They'll be staying outside India? That is no, because they'll be staying in their territory, that is Indian territory outside India. That is, they'll be staying outside India, that is, it is outside India, it is their own territories. Nothing but our own territorially, bere regional irtarashte. Nothing but NRIs. And the second one, OCI. It is what is OCI? Overseas citizens of India. What is overseas citizens of India? Nothing but they'll be tracking their lineage too. It is back to India. We call it as OCI. Yes, this is about our the first topic called as it is section 6A of it is Citizenship Act of 1955. Done? Okay, alva? I have discussed in detail. There might be a question on the mains also. Now the second major important one, topic, we call it as the second major important topic from science and technology. We call it as the MACE mission. We call it as the MACE mission. What is MACE mission? MACE andre, it is the major atmospheric, highly important one. We call it as the MACE mission. MACE andre, it is major atmospheric, it is Chernikov, it is experiment, anta. Okay alva? Now sir, why this was in news? Why this was in news? Inikapa news alli? Exactly, it is on the occasion, exactly the news here is on the occasion of 75th year celebration. 75th year andre, it is platinum jubilee celebration. On the 75th, the platinum jubilee celebration, the 75th year of celebration of ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ Department of Atomic Energy. Department of Atomic Energy comes from which ministry? It is no ministry. Directly reporting it to yarge? It is Prime Minister. Why PM? Because it is the strategic sector. Because it is strategic sector. Because it is strategic sector. Okay, Department of Atomic Energy, they are celebrating 75 year celebration. During this celebration, we have launched the Asia's largest and the second largest in the world observatory to study about it is the huge gamma radiations. It is the intense energy gamma radiation study madadike we have established a laboratory at where? Established at Anle, at Ladakh. Okay alva? We're going to discuss madana. At first we'll discuss about what is I can say Department of Atomic Energy. We'll discuss about what is MACE, and lastly we'll discuss about what is gamma radiations also. Yes. Now the first one, give a heading called as Department of Atomic Energy. Department of Atomic Energy. Now, if this organization, if it is celebrating 75 years of celebration, when this has been established? Okay, alva? It is the first and the foremost one. It has been established. It has been established under the act called as Atomic Energy Act of. Atomic Energy Act of. It is 1948. Under the Act of 1948 ali. 1948. Second one, which is chaired by yaru? Department of Atomic Energy. It is chaired by the Prime Minister of India. It is chaired by, because it directly comes under the Prime Minister's office, PMO. Adukoskara, it is chaired by yaru? It is PM Namo. It is Narendra Modi. Okay, it is chaired by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The third one, what is the objective of this department? What's the objective? Objective here is majorly research and development. Research and development in the field of atomic and nuclear sciences, and usage of atomic minerals for peaceful purposes. Be cautious here. Highly and highly important one. For peaceful purposes. It is the peaceful purpose. Sir, peaceful purpose andre no? Nothing but going for generation of nuclear energy. Nothing but generation of electricity. It is handled by yarappa andre? It is Department of Atomic Energy. They have a statutory backing also, and it is strategic also. Adukoskara it comes under Prime Minister's office. And third one, they have the intense objective and a goal of this organization. We call it as the atomic energy or the atomic minerals. Atomic minerals will be used for the peaceful purposes. Peaceful purposes. Okay na? It is used for the peaceful purposes. That's the main objective of Department of Atomic Energy. Yes. Now this department is located where? At New Delhi. It is located at New Delhi. Yes. Now this is celebrating what? This department is celebrating. It is the Platinum Jubilee celebration. Platinum Jubilee celebration. Now Platinum Jubilee celebration timely, they have contributed to the field of, I can say, atmospheric science or to the field of astronomical studies in the form of establishment of what? In the form of establishment of the MACE project. In the form of establishment of the MACE project. MACE andre, it is major, it is atmospheric, it is Chernikov, CHERNKOV, Chernikov experiment. Chernikov is a scientist name. It is Chernikov is a scientist name to study about the gamma, intense gamma radiations. Intense gamma radiations is the main objective of this, I can say, the mission or the experiment. Yes, abbreviation okay na? The first and foremost one, it is abbreviated as the major atmospheric, it is Chernikov experiment. Chernikov experiment. Now this has been established by yaru? It is exactly, this has been established by Baba Atomic Research Station. It is BARC and supported by yarappa, it is ECIL. What is ECIL? It is Electronic Corporation of India Limited. Electronic Corporation of India Limited oru established madidare. The third one, what is the location of this MACE? It has been established at an altitude of more than 4,300, I can say, the meters. It is 4,300 meters altitudinally, which is located at a place called as Hanley. Hanley highly news alide. Why Hanley it's in news? Majorly because of dark sky reserve, auroras, IAO ge. It is IAO, that is Indian Astronomical Observatory also. Yes, we'll see one by one why Hanley different projects have been established, What is the reason? What are the climatic conditions? And the second one, other scientific, the states or the scientific experiments which are being taking place in this location. We'll see all those things. Yes, the second one illappa antandre, it is at a higher altitude called as at Anle. Anle is there. Anle, it is in Ladakh. Anle, it is at Ladakh. Anle, it is at Ladakh. Yes, this is about the third one. Now, what about the objective of this mission? What is the main objective of this mission? It is to study about high energy. To study about high energy gamma radiations. Now, sir, high energy gamma radiation study madidre, what is the impact or what is the importance of this high energy gamma radiations? Why we want this? It is, we will get to know about what?
Usually after nuclear reactions, gamma rays are the output.
Exactly. Exactly. As simple as that, can I say, we'll get to know about the different concepts of atmosphere or the different concept of astronomical studies, which includes the black hole, which includes origin of the universe, which includes formation of the stars. Yes or no? All the different concepts can be analyzed via studying about high energy gamma radiations. Via we call it as studying about gamma radiations. Now be cautious here, this gamma radiations has higher energy. Now higher energy idre, what will be the wavelength? It will be lesser or more? Now lesser, nothing but energy and wavelength are inversely proportional. Inversely proportional, nothing but gamma radiations will be having what? It is I, it is a frequency or energy, followed by what about wavelength? It is lesser wavelength. Lesser wavelength, nothing but inverted y hakidre, it is wavelength. It is lesser a wavelength anta. With respect to our electromagnetic spectrum, with respect to our electromagnetic spectrum, higher the energy, lesser will be the wavelength. Now wavelength andre enu? It is a distance covered by a radiation. Distance covered by a radiation. The frequency is nothing but impact. Nothing but impact, as simple as that. Yes, this is about our objective here is studying about high energy gamma radiations. Now sir, this experiment na study madidre nanage ಏನು sir advantage? What is the advantage or what is the uniqueness about this MACE project? What is the advantage anta nododadre? The first advantage here is, the first advantage for India here is, this is the first and the largest project in Asia. There is a first project kuda. At the same time, the largest project also. The first project and the largest project in Asia. Asia dalle largest project to study about gamma radiation. Don't you think it is important from exam point of view? How do I know? Obviously, yes. It is the Asia's, the largest gamma radiation project which has been taken up by India for the first time. And this is also second at the world level. Second at the world level. Second at the world level. Sir, first tell ಇದೆ. It was first ಚೈನಾದಲ್ಲಿ. ಚೈನಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏಷ್ಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗಾಗದು ಅದು? It is exactly, it is the first, the project, it has been established at two locations. One we call it as, it is Chile alado, child. It is okay, Chile ne. Second one we call it as, second one which has been established at Spain ali. Yes. It is at world level, the first project has been launched at Chile and Spain, and the second one which has been established at the third pole of the earth, we call it as at Anle. The third pole of the earth, it is at Anle established madidhi. Yes, okay alva. Now while studying about this topic, we have discussed about Department of Atomic Energy, and we have discussed about the MACE project bage, and we also discussed a little bit about the gamma radiations also. Now why we need to study about this positive and the kelidre? We will get to know about the different astronomical topics. Astronomical topics majorly about the formation of the star, the formation of universe, how our solar system is formed, the Big Bang, the black holes, the dark energy, the dark matter. All those concepts can be revealed by studying this gamma radiation, which is coming from the universe or which is coming from sun, which is coming from the sun. Yes, that's about the brief. And the second one, sir, why Anle? Why not in Bengaluru only? Okay, why at Anle? It is the first and the foremost reason here is it is higher in altitude. The first and the foremost one, higher altitude idaga, don't you think there will be minimal destruction? Minimal destruction from where? It is the human civilization. It is first and the foremost one. First and the foremost advantage here is the climate and topography. Climate and topography. Sir, ಯಾವ type of climate ಇದೆ? It is the dry and the cold climate. It is as simple as that. Alpine climate. It is as simple as that. Dry and cold ಇದೆ. First, it is with respect to climate. And the second major important one, the topography is in the form of higher altitude. Higher altitude. Now, first reason here is if the climate is dry, if the climate is cold idaga, can you stay here? Will there be human population? No, nothing but automatically ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Automatically, the human populations, the human settlement will be lesser. Now, human settlement kadme idaga, don't you think there will be lesser impact of pollution, lesser impact of artificial lighting from the human settlements? Yes or no? Now, lesser and lesser of, I can say, the artificial pollutants or artificial lighting idaga, we will be declaring such region as what? Such region as the dark region. The dark region, okay alva, dark region anta kelidre, it is minimal impact from artificial radiation with respect to science and technology. Dark andre katlalla. It is minimal impact. Minimal impact. Now, based on this, our annually, we have declared this annually as it is the astrophysics tourism spot also. Astrophysics tourism spot of India. Nam Karnataka adre Talkaveri declare ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. Yes or no? It is in Talkaveri astrophysical, the tourism hub. But all over India, the most beautiful place and the most suitable place here is at Anle. It is astrophysics. It is astronomy as well as the physical studies ge suitable agirtakanta place now. It is, we are also going for the promoting of the tourism also. We are also going for promoting of tourism also, and we have declared this Anle as the dark sky reserve also. We have declared this region as what? It is the dark sky or region. It is dark sky region ಕೂಡ declare ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. In the year 2022 ನಲ್ಲಿ, in the year 2022, this region has been declared as the dark sky reserve. Dark sky park. It is Pench. Where is Pench? In Maharashtra. It's in Maharashtra. We have declared it as dark sky park again. Dark sky park. Whereas this is dark sky reserve. Now, if it is so much of benefit, don't you think there will be a number of astronomical, I can say, experiments will start to take place here? And one of the initial or the pioneer experiment which has been established at Anle here is, which has been established at Anle, yadappa andre, it is IAO. IAO, the pioneer experiment and the ongoing experiment and the most successful experiment to study about astrophysics. Astrophysics, that is IAO only. IAO, what is IAO? It is Indian Astronomical Observatory. Indian Astronomical Observatory. This has been established by Yaro. It is Indian Institute of, that is astrophysics. It is Indian Institute of Astrophysics, which has been headquartered at where? Headquartered at Bengaluru. Headquartered at Bengaluru to study about what? To study about astrophysical research. Astrophysical research anta. Exactly. I hope it is clear. The Seema, Pradeep, yes, Maharashtra. See, pen shutters in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. But this dark sky park, it is present only in Maharashtra. It is only in Maharashtra. It is Karnataka, it is Talkaveri, yes. Okay, Alva? Exactly, yes. Done. I hope it is clear the complete concept about our second major important topic. We call it as the MACE project. Why MACE? We have discussed about the Department of Atomic Energy Nodadvi. Okay, Alva? It was first we have discussed about why was in use, and majorly we have discussed about Department of Atomic Energy ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. Followed by we have discussed about the MACE project. Now MACE project in detail abbreviation established location ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ, and we also discussed about the gamma radiations. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ we also discussed about why we have established at Hanle because of climatic conditions, because of suitability conditions to study about it is the clear sky. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ, if it is dry and cold ಇದ್ದಾಗ will there be formation of clouds? Never. Clouds form ಆಗದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, because it will be following what rate? Inverse normal lapse rate. Now inverse normal lapse rate ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, it is the temperature starts to, I can say, it is rise up, it is decrease ಆಗಲ್ಲ, it is increase ಆಗತ್ತೆ. Decrease ಆದರೆ we call it as normal lapse rate. Inverse normal lapse rate is nothing but with increase in altitude the temperature starts to increase. Now temperature increase ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ can there be clouds? Never. Nothing but never the condensation process. Condensation ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ there won't be clouds. Majorly because of the clear clouds, because of the cold region, because of lack of human habitation, because of lesser impact from the artificial light, this region has been, I can say, it is used for studying of astrophysics. Whereas Karnataka, we are not going for much research, rather we are promoting tourism ashte. So nodi anbittu ದುಡ್ಡು ಕಿತ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. Yes, not much research, rather we are going for promotion of astrophysics. Done? Okay, alva? Exactly, yes. Indian Institute of Astrophysics, again that is headquartered in, exactly it is in Bengaluru. So dark park Maharashtra region andre because of majorly this reason alva. There is minimal impact of what? Minimal impact of, it is the pollutants, nothing but the artificial lighting. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, because initially since time immemorial this has been protected area alva. There was not much interference from the human settlements, and that's the reason we have selected this site in the peninsular India for studying of the research of astronomical as well as the physical part. Okay now, yes, this is about the second major important the news. And the third major important one, we call it as the Juno. Okay, sir Ujjwal ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ from Ramesh. Okay, ಹೇಳಿದೆ. Okay, ನೋಡಿ ನಿಂಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಉಜ್ವಲ್? ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನೀನು ಯಾರನ್ನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ನೋಡಿ ಫೇಮಸ್. ನೋಡಿ ನೀನು ಫೇಸ್ ನೋಡ್ದೇನೆ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀನು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸಾಯಿಬ್ರತೆ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊ ಬಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೀನೇನೋ ಗರಂ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಾಯಿಬ್ರು, ಸೈಲೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಕೂರಬೇಕು, ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ನೆನ್ನೆನೂ ಆದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಪವರ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಫಸ್ಟಿಂದ ಹಂಗೇನಾ? ಪವರ್ 9,000 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲುಯೆನ್ಸ್. Okay, third one, again from science and technology, the most important one, we call it as Juno initiative. It is Juno initiative. Now Juno mission is different and Juno initiative is different. Now what is a Juno? It is Jingaman. It is, J is nothing but Jingaman. Jingaman is a place in China. It is Jingaman Underground Neutrino Observatory. Underground Neutrino Observatory anta. Okay alva? Highly important one. It is Jingaman Underground Neutrino Observatory. Now why this was in use? Why this was in use? Inikappa news alli, it is the China has started a mission. Now sir, what is this Juno mission about, or Juno initiative all about? Juno is all about majorly to study about the neutrinos. Now what do you mean by neutrinos? It is subatomic particles which has mass lesser than the normal molecules, which has, I can say, smaller mass than it is the normal subatomic particles which are found in atmosphere. Sir, examples kortira, the subatomic particle examples so, which includes the protons, the electrons, the neutrons. Yes or no? Now adikkinta smaller particle we call it as neutrino anta. We call it as neutrino. Now sir, in neutrino study madadikke, it is at the world level we have established the three important projects. The projects. One was our first important project which has been established at the South Pole. South Pole we call it as at Antarctica dalli. We call it as Ice Cube project anta. Kelidira? Ice Cube project is the first project to study about neutrinos. And the second such project here is, it is Indian Neutrino Observatory. It is INO, which is established at, it is Illi. It is, I can say, the Theni district of Bodhi Hills in Tamil Nadu. Nam India is already there. And the third in the series and the largest in the series here is the China's, the Juno series. The Juno mission, we call it as Underground Neutrino Observatory. Sir, enik sir underground establish madbeku? Mail madidra agalva? Because not with respect to space, because of various, I can say, the salient features. Nothing but for first salient feature here is, it is invisible. And the second thing here is, it does not interact with, I can say, much particles. And adhikoskara it is called as what? The ghost particle also. And the third one, it carries huge resources which is coming from the sun. Nam kanisade illa. At the same way interact kuda agala. Interact to agtilla kanistanu illa antandre. Don't you think observing that in the normal region it will be difficult? Adhikoskara we are going for underground construction. And in underground construction we are going for the creation of neutrinos. That neutrinos will give us the valuable resource about again the universe, about the sun, origination of sun, etc., etc., etc. Yes? Okay alva? You want to know now? Yes? We'll see all those things. Just okay. You know, important helidara adella helibaradu. Okay. It is Juno mission. Okay alva? Now coming to our Juno, it has been established at where? Which has been, nenpitkolli, this project has started for the construction in the year 2011 alli. In the year 2011. But this has been completed recently. This has been completed recently. Nodi China dalli henge kattavaragu cut madalla. But nam Indiadalli kattak munchene Kaveri bidtivi. It is phase 5, phase 6. Yes or no? Measure ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಾಯಿಬರನ್ನ ಬೈತಿಲ್ಲ. Okay alva, this is with respect to China, it is 11 and this has been launched in 2024 alli. Okay alva? Yes, this is about the first and the foremost one. Now we'll discuss a little bit about neutrinos. What is neutrinos anta nodona? We'll discuss about the salient features also. What is the importance of neutrinos also? Yes. Now the first and the foremost one about neutrinos. Now what do you mean by neutrino? It is as simple as that, as simple as that. Exactly, it is the subatomic particle which has the smaller mass than the other particles. Subatomic particles which has what? Which has the smaller mass, which has smaller mass than subatomic particles. We call it as ಏನಪ್ಪ neutrinos. The second one, what are the different types of neutrinos? What are different types of neutrinos? There are normally of two types. One we call it as twoons and muons anta. ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ? It is twoons. ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನೀವು ಓದಿರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. It is twoons and muons, and that's the reason I'm explaining both the topics. A maze project and it is Juno mission. It is twoons ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Types ಇವು twoons as well as muons. Twoons and muons are the types of neutrinos. Now third one, sir, what is the salient feature of neutrinos? ಏನಪ್ಪ salient feature? ಯಾವ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? It is positive charge, negative charge, or no charge. It is no charge or neutral charge. The first and the foremost one, what charge? It is neutral. It is, we call it as neutral charge irutte. Second one, what about the speed? Exactly, it is almost, not exactly, it is the speed of light, it is almost. It is speed of light estappa? It is 3.2 meter per second. Yes or no? It is as simple as that. Almost equal to ಏನು? Almost equal to speed of light ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Almost equal to the speed of the light. ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. Now the third one, is this subatomic particles visible to our naked eyes? It is visible. Obviously not visible to our naked eyes. Okay ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್, ನೋ ಚಾರ್ಜ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್, ಒಂಥರ ಡಿ ಬಾಸ್ ಥರ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? It is interact with some particles ashte. Majority does not. Nothing but it does not interact. It does not interact with many. But D boss bail apply ಮಾಡಿದಾರಂತ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿರಾ? ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಂತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. It is okay, does not interact with many. Okay, now it does not interact antandre, it is, don't you think it is invisible also? At the same time it is not interacting also. Now this without interaction, we call this as ghost particles. This neutrinos as what? Ghost particles. This neutrinos as what? The ghost particles. The ghost particles in the ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The ghost particle. Okay ಅಲ್ವಾ? Yes, ghost particles. Okay, ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. It is okay. Naveen, thank you. Okay. Okay, yes. Done. This we call it as ghost particle. Okay alva? It is not interacting with majority. Now sir, idella features iddu, what is the advantage of this neutrinos? Why we want to study this neutrinos? Now ivella features na can I study at the it is above the surface, invisible, without interaction, followed by speed is intense. Now can I study? No, nothing but surface study ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ it is highly challenged, and for that we are going for construction of underground laboratories. Now why we want to invest so much of resource to study about neutrinos? Sir, ಈ neutrinos ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಇದು? It is the subatomic particles. Normally it is coming from elinda, it is sun inda, it is coming from the universe. Now if it is reaching the surface at a speed of, I can say almost the speed of light, don't you think by observing this, by analyzing this neutrinos, we'll get to know about the different evidence about the universe? Yes or no? Nothing but origin bage, evolution bage, their characteristic features of the universe. Yes or no? Yes, though it is a challenge, but we are investing huge, I can say, amount or a huge resource to study about this project. Huge amount to study about this project, and that project is in the form of the positive contribution which has been done by the neutrinos. Now what are the different positives? The first and the foremost positive or the advantage here is we'll get to know about the first and the foremost one. It is extra information about what? Neutrino itself. First, our neutrino bagene gottagatte. And the second thing we'll be getting to know about the origin and the evolution of our universe, our solar system, about our planets, about our star formation, about the different concepts also. Different concepts yadu. It includes the black hole, it is supernova explosion, bage. We'll be getting to know about it is red star, dwarf star. Yes or no? It is the blue star. It is about the stars. We'll be getting to know about the stars and its formations. And about this, we'll also be getting to know about our abundant energy called as dark matter and dark energy also. Dark matter and dark energy also. Dark matter and dark energy also. Yes, dark matter and dark energy also. Yes, this is all about our I can see the positives. Gotirli highly important one about neutrinos. ನೀವು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ neutrinos ಬಗ್ಗೆ at least from our India's perspective. Now with respect to our the most important one here is about the Juno mission. Now Juno, it is the first one we have discussed about what is the location nodidvi, and the second one we have discussed about it is what is neutrinos. Now neutrinos, will it be abundant or will it be lesser in number? Nothing but it will be abundant in number. See, abundant ide, nothing but we are not able to see. Not illi there are n number of or millions of subatomic particles will be present here. And the second one, it will be passing, it is over the body also. But namge ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, because it is not interacting with the body. Interact ಆದರೆ automatically it will be visible also, and we can feel that also. But ಯಾವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ nothing but it is impossible to analyze that, and it is challenging also to study about this neutrinos. Now these neutrinos are abundant in nature, and the charge is neutral charge, and in neutrinos ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ the concept called as neutrino oscillation. ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ ಸರ್? ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿನೋಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ಇದೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, and you are talking about oscillation. ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Now neutrino oscillation ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it has a unique feature. ಒಂದು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. It is the first and the foremost one. It is abundant also, and the next one it is neutrino oscillation. Now neutrino oscillation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? With I can say traveling to a larger distance, even this will change its character also. Nothing but the change in the salient feature with a change in the distance, with a change in the location, and that concept we call it as neutrino oscillation. Now ನನಗೊಂದು idea ಕೊಡಿ. Now even if I analyze this neutrino, will I be getting an exact evidence about the universe? No. Nothing but sun ಇಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರೋಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲೇ automatically change ಆಗಿದೆ. Yes or no? Yes, but waste star ಅಂದ್ರೆ no. But little bit information we can know about is the physics ಬಗ್ಗೆ. Nothing but applied physics or the advanced physics. Advanced of physics. See, one of the advanced is only LIGO mission alva. It is LIGO mission. What is LIGO? It is laser interferometry gravitational observatory. Higgs boson particles. Ivella ಏನು? It is advancement to the ghost particle. It is advancement to the, it is this Juno mission. Advancement to the neutrino studies. See, nothing is waste in this world. Ella useful hai. Okay na? But it depends on the who is using it. Who is using it. Yes, if Japan gogi, not even a single waste you can see. Or ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? They are going for converting it into what? It is, I can say, energy. Waste to energy concept. But ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ it is energy na waste ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. And waste na ಕೂಡ waste ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. Yes or no? It is because that depends on the, it is country of the development as well as the people who are using it. People who are using it, about decide ಆಗುತ್ತೆ it is useful or wasteful ಅಂತ. Yes, done. You should know about neutrinos. Now neutrinos advancement concept here is the LIGO mission. Now LIGO mission ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? It is Ingoli district of Maharashtra. Ingoli district of Maharashtraದಲ್ಲಿ it is LIGO mission. We call it as LIGO India mission ಅಂತ. It is laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory at Ingoli district of Maharashtra. And the second one Higgs boson. Recent agi it is Higgs boson has died also. In the year 2013 ali it is we have received a Nobel Prize for the, it is identification of Higgs boson particle. It is the God particle, ghost alla, God particle, for the contribution to the God particle. Exactly, yes. Abhimanyu, exactly. Rakesh, Riya. Okay. Okay, alva. This is all about R. It notice the salient features. It is abundant also. It travels in a straight manner. That is the speed of the light. Followed by, we have discussed about the neutrino oscillation. What is the visibility? It is not visible. Followed by, it does not interact much. Adukoskara it is not invisible. It is invisible also. Followed by, it is the positives. We'll get to know about extra information about neutrinos. Majorly about it is, I can say, the neutrino oscillation and advanced concept about the universe. Now, sir, istella useful adre. Which all projects have been launched anta nodadadre? We have three important projects. To study about neutrinos. One we call it as Ice Cube project. The first project in the world. We call it as Ice Cube project, which has been established at LA. It is South Pole, Antarctica, which has been established at South Pole. Now, based on this, even our India dal kuda, we have established a mission. We call it as INO. What is INO? Indian Neutrino Observatory. Again, all these are underground. Except this Ice Cube bit2, because there is minimal interference alva. We can go for the surface research also. This INO, which has been established at West Bodhi Hill of Theni district of Tamil Nadu. Bodhi Hill ಅಲ್ಲಿ, Bodhi Hill, the west in our west of Bodhi Hills in Theni district. Theni alla, it is Theni do, Thani alla. It is the Theni district of Tamil Nadu. Theni district of Tamil Nadu. Exactly, yes. Okay, Alva. Sir, why Tamil Nadu has chosen for this INO observatory and then? Because of, I can say, majorly the lesser interference, and we can go for silent zone also. In Nilgiri regionally, it is silent zone because we have complete biosphere reserve. If that's the case, it will be minimal interference as well as acquiring of the land is also easier. Yes or no? The last one which has been launched by the China. One is our Juno mission, and the second one we call it as the Trident mission. It is Juno, already namak gottide, and the second one, ongoing one here is, it is Trident. We call it as the Trident mission. The Trident mission anta. The Trident mission. Exactly, Pradeep, exactly, Seema. Yes, perfect. Okay. See, Nanna, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಬಾರ್ದು, ನೀವೇ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay, because if they have selected something, there will be reason with respect to, one, it can be economical condition, it can be climatic condition, yes or no, it can be the resource utilization also. Land can be used effectively, alva. See, why are we going for testing of atomic bombs in Rajasthan? Why can't in Bengaluru? Logic tana, yenike, because the land is vacant there and there is minimal interference also. It is no vegetation. Adhe riti, it is why are we going for, I can say, cold desert, suitable for, it is astronomical things. It is majorly because of higher altitude, the lack of clouds, and the third one, lesser vegetation. The fourth one, minimal interference of the people also. Yes, adhe riti, they will be having n number of importance. Why IT in Bengaluru? Why not in Bihar? Because there are n number of advantage, both geographically, economically, as well as it is with respect to human resource also. Human resource also in Buddhivantrantana. It is major and not other, it is skilled resource. The skilled resource are present in Bengaluru. Adukoskara, it has been declared as high T capital. Done. Okay, Alva. The MACE project and it is the Juno mission. Is it clear? Okay, Alva. Yes, I have covered some 10 topics under this. Illa gottadre, it is more than sufficient. Okay. The next one, we call it as it is the third or fourth one. It is the fourth one, we call it as Hurricane Milton. We call it as Hurricane Milton. Okay, Alva, I am not repeating the topics. It is Hurricane Milton. It is Hurricane Milton. Now, why Hurricane Milton was in use? Why Hurricane Milton was in use? Fast. It is according to the World Meteorological Organization. The World Meteorological Organization, increase in climate change. The cyclones are becoming, it is extreme. Cyclones are becoming extreme. So, hurricane and cyclone same andre? Yes. It is US ladre hurricane, India ocean ladre, it is called as cyclones. Australia dali we call it as Willy Willis, followed by, it is near to China, we call it as, it is typhoons. Yes, it has different names, the same concept. Different names, the same concept. Okay, Alva. Now this is about our WMO, Because of climate change, the cyclones as well as hurricanes are becoming what? Extreme in nature. Extreme in nature. Now, if that is the case, what do you mean by cyclones? What condition leads to formation of cyclones? Says Akkat News ide. In Mikid 2 month alli cyclones form aagta irutte in Indian Ocean. You need to know all these concepts. Yes. Now, once done, that should be done for life. Matte discuss madlebardu. Yes. Okay alva. Now, the first one, based on this concept, we'll discuss about what is cyclones, and we'll see what condition leads to cyclones, types of cyclones, followed by it is the nature also. The nature also. Now, coming to our cyclones or hurricanes or viriblis, the typhoons, the torpedoes, yella same. Now, what do you mean by cyclones? What is the definition of cyclones? It is the first and the foremost one here is about intense air pressure or air mass which has been formed around a low pressure region. It is intense. The circulation of winds around the low pressure, we call it as cyclones. We call it as cyclones. Okay now. This is about our cyclones. Second one, what are the features? What are the features which leads to creation of cyclones? It is low pressure agbeku antandre. Will the temperature should be lesser or the temperature higher? Nothing but higher. Eshtu higher? It is temperature should be 17. Okay. Temperature should be illa. It is 17 chance illa. It is, see, normal temperature at 24. Yes or no? It is intense temperature vehicle. Nothing but it should be more than 27 degrees Celsius. 27 degrees Celsius kinda jasti irbeku. That's the temperature. Second one, what second one? Now rotate agbeku antandre. It is mandatory. Here is Coriolis force is mandatory. Now what do you mean by Coriolis force? It is Coriolis force here is opposition. The force which has been generated due to the rotation of the earth. We call it as Coriolis force. We call it as Coriolis, the force. Now Coriolis force irlebeka. Now if that is the case, don't you think the cyclones will be absent at 0 degree or at equator? Why? Coriolis force is absent. Coriolis force is absent at equator. Nothing but no cyclones. No cyclones. Okay, alva. Normally cyclones are formed in and around, I can say, in and around 10 degrees in the, it is till 60 degrees Virgo. Maximum is 60. Why not after 60? Because there won't be no low pressure. There won't be no intense heating. There won't be no intense heating. Second feature. The third feature. The third feature, always and always, cyclones moves in which manner? It is east to west. Cyclones moves from east to west. Okay alva? Ishtantu nimge gottide, innondu gottilla nimge. ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ confusion. Now I said this is 0 degree. Now 0 to 10 I said absence of Coriolis force. Now can I say this region absence of Coriolis force idre? I am not saying lesser. Gravitational force will be lesser, but Coriolis force will be absent, 0. Now Coriolis force 0 antandre can be cyclones? Nothing but can I say this region as no cyclone zone? No cyclone. Now this we call it as 0 to 30 60 ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ 30 60 ನೈಟು ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ 30 60 ಓಕೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ 90 ಲಾಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಓಕೆ ನಾವು ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ನಾವು 30 to 0ಗೆ the winds will be in the form of which direction? It is easterly winds. Okay alva? Easterly trade winds. Now easterly trade winds, easterly, same easterly, Now if that is the case, now what is the rotation of cyclones in the northern hemisphere? It is anti-clockwise. Illi nodi illi. Boom anta hodiyate. Nothing but it is anti-clockwise. Okay na. Whereas illi it is ingalva. Because earth is rotating from west to east. Yes or no? Okay alva? Yes, with respect to movement is east to west, and the second one rotation, it is northern hemisphere anti TYL. It is anti-clockwise followed by clockwise. Okay alva? Yes, this is the formation of what? Formation of it is cyclones. These 5 features are mandatory. Sir, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು feature ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆ. Which is that feature? Now the last feature we call it as, now if it is low pressure idre, don't you think winds will be moving from ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ? It is high pressure to low pressure. Now there must be smaller variations or larger variation of pressure. It must be smaller variation. So smaller variation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, why smaller variation, why not larger variation? Now if it is smaller variation, there will be intense rainfall, it will be hitting the, it is low pressure, and hit ಮಾಡೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ it will be carrying the moisture also. But ತುಂಬಾ high pressure ಇದ್ರೆ don't you think ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ? ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗ don't you think it will drop little bit here? ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಒಂದು 2 ಬಕೆಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ವಾಟರ್. Now will you carry the complete water for shorter distance or for the larger distance? That is shorter. The same thing happens with respect to the atmospheric air also. If it is shorter distance, the smaller variation of pressure, there will be intense cyclones. If it is larger distance, if it is larger difference idaga, there will be lesser, I can see the cloud formation, lesser cloud formation. Yes, always be cautious here. Now which zone is impacted more or which coast is impacted more anta kelidre, because of I can say east to west, or east coast is impacted, adukoskara 20 to 30% of our rainfall brings during I can say cyclones to the east coast of India, including Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and southeastern part of Karnataka also, which includes the Karnataka, the Bengaluru region, Ramnagara, followed by Kolar, all those things. Yes, cyclonic rainfall. Okay now? Yes, this is about our complete concept called as the cyclones. Yes, ಇನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಬಾರ್ದು cyclones teach ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. Last one, the cyclones in different regions are called by different names. It is different names of cyclones. One we call it as cyclones ellappa in Indian Ocean. Exactly. Yes. See, I'm not introducing a concept about what is cyclones and anticyclones. Okay, Alva? No, Bacon, I'll teach that. Bacon. Anticyclones, that is your static, Alva. What's tira? Bacon, I'll teach. It is cyclones. Cyclones with respect to Ellapa. Indian Ocean. Cyclones with respect to Indian Ocean, exactly. The second one, typhoons. Typhoons, Elapa. It is China and Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia, including Japan also. Including Japan. Adadmele. The third one we call it as Hurricane Illy. It is USA or Northern Atlantic Ocean. The fourth one, what about Willy Willy? It is Willy Willy. It is Australia. We call it as Australia Dali. The last one, a torpedo, Southern Atlantic region. It is exactly. Torpedo is a missile. Okay. It is a tornado. It is Elapa. It is south of Atlantic or South America region. South America or region. Exactly, yes. Okay, now this is about our complete concepts called as a cyclone. Now, while discussing about cyclone, we have discussed about why was in use, Hurricane Milton game. Second one, it is cyclones, the features. We have discussed about the different names of cyclones also. Done. And the next one, which topic appa? It is the fifth topic, one from IR. We call it as the East Asia Summit. East Asia Summit. Why this East Asia Summit was in use? Inikapa. Recently, Prime Minister has visited. Eಲ್ಲಿ visit ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? It is Laos. Visited Laos to attend the two important sessions. One we call it as ASEAN meeting, ASEAN India meeting. Now already discussed ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ASEAN. And the second one to attend the East Asia Summit. That is East Asia Summit. It is 19th edition of East Asia Summit, which has been attended by the Prime Minister of India. Okay, Alva? Yes. Now, while discussing about these things, we'll discuss about what is East Asia Summit andrenu, what is East Asia Organization, composition, what is the objective, ella nodana. And the second thing we'll discuss about what was the recommendations or the highlights which has been proposed by Yaru, it is India in the organization called as East Asia Summit. Yes, ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಬರೆಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅದೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೈಮ್ ಅದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೂ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಸೇಮ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳೋದೇ 3 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಒಂದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಬಿಡಿ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನು. It is first point, there need to be a free and fair, it is Indo-Pacific region. Idandu change agala. Second thing here is ASEAN will be as a center of Indo-Pacific. Our meeting hodaga center. Yeah, for example, if you are going into G20 andre, G20 acts as a center of our, I can say, Indo-Pacific free trade. Ade G20 hodaga G20 same organization change ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Second, the third major important one here is, it is, I can say, they'll criticize China saying that there must not be expansionist attitude in the Indo-Pacific region. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತಿಂದ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈ ಮೂರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಾದರೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದರೆ ಕೇಳಿ, ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 10 ವರ್ಷ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸೇಮ್ G20, it is G20 as a center of, it is Indo-Pacific architecture. Second one, there need to be code of conduct with respect to what? It is conducting of the free, I can say, the movement regime, and we need to follow what? UNCLOS, the principles. And the third one, it is, I can say, it is India and the East Asia Summit acts as the most important check in this region anta. ಇಷ್ಟೇ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಏನೋ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತರಾಗಿ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಯನ್ಮಾರ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್. Myanmar related concept has been added in this summit. We'll see all those things. Done. You ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ, IRL ಬಂದಾಗ it is always this concept is important. Done. Okay, though it is funny, but it is important. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಬರಿಸೋದಲ್ವಾ, ಅದೇ ಬರೀಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ನೀವು ಮೂರೇ ಬರಿತಾನೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. IR ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Now the first and foremost one, what do you mean by East Asia Summit? When it has been established, where it has been established? First and foremost one, when it has been established, what is the location of establishment? And the third one, how many countries are a part of this? How many countries are a part of this organization? Fill ಮಾಡಿ ಬೇಬೇನೆ. Is India part of this? Yes, ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಕರೀದಿರೋ ಮದುವೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. It is, we are a part of what? We are a part of this organization. Now, this East Asia Summit, which has been established in the year, 2005, which has been established in the year 2005 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಲೇಷ್ಯಾ. It is Kuala Lumpur. It is in where? Malaysia. It is in Malaysia. We have established East Asia Summit. Now, East Asia Summit, how many countries will be a part of this? It is total agi, it is 11 plus 8. It is 19 countries will be a part of this organization. Now, 11 yavadu sir anta kelidre, it is ASEAN countries, 10 alla 11, be cautious here. In Mikido? First, it is 8 countries from Indo-Pacific region. 8 countries from Indo-Pacific region. Does it include outside Asia? No sir. ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಏಷ್ಯಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ವ? ಓಕೆ, ನೋಡೋಣ ಈಗ. ಓಕೆ, ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನೋಡೋಣ. It is 8 includes the 4, I can say, the pairs. One is India and China. India, China, one pair. Second one, South Korea and, don't say North Korea, it is Japan. South Korea and Japan. The third one, New Zealand and Australia. South Korea and Japan, followed by, it is New Zealand and Australia. Bantala, outside Asia. One country na? Eradaita. In the last pair here is Russia and USA. Total 4. Russia is not a part of Asia again. It is, Russia belongs to Europe. It is not territory Asia dallide. That does not mean that it belongs to Asia. It belongs to Europe because headquarters is present in Europe only, Moscow. Moscow belongs to Europe. Nothing but headquarters belongs to, it is Europe andre. Nothing but it's not a part of Asia. But territory it is present in, even in Asia also. Even in Asia dal kuda. Yes. Now think that if our territory it is present in North America, can we call that India it is a part of our North America? No. It is major agi, it is a part of Asia. It's a part of Asia, but our territory it is present even in where? Even in some other regions also. Some other regions also. Ade riti. Nothing that UK government, recent news ali, UK government was holding a territory in Indian Ocean. Does it mean that UK belongs to Asia? Chagos Island? Does it mean that I can say UK? No. The same example, the France as a territory in Indian Ocean, the reunion. Can we call France as a Asian country? But headquarters Elirato, that belongs to their continents. Their continent. Ade riti, Russia does not belong to what? It is Asia. Nothing but 4 countries are a part of, it is outside the Asia. It is outside Eastern Asia part. Nothing but yadadu anta kelidre. It is as simple as that. Yadadu? It is New Zealand, Australia, Russia and USA. Highly important one, easy to remember. Okay alva? Yes, 4 pairs, 8 countries. Followed by 11 countries of ASEAN. ASEAN andre? Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Association of the Southeast Asian Nations. Southeast Asian Nations. This is about the 3 things. Now, what is the objective of this East Asia Summit? Inapa objective. What's the objective? To achieving of the peace and security. Same objective elladukku matte. To achieving of the peace and security in which region? Indo-Pacific region. The peace and security, PIEC alla, PAC, Shanti. The peace and security in Indian and Pacific region, we call it as Indo-Pacific. We call it as the Pacific region. Indo-Pacific region. Okay, alva? Indo-Pacific. Exactly, Vishwanath. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Alva. This is about our objective. Now, what was the highlights which has been given up by the Indian government? What are the highlights? What was the highlights? Then already held highlights. The first highlight here is, what is the highlight? The ASEAN acts as what? Center of Indo-Pacific region. ASEAN act as the center of Indo-Pacific region. We call it as ASEAN as a centrality. ASEAN as centrality in Indo-Pacific region. ASEAN acts as centrality. Obviously correct alva. It is location wise not adre. ASEAN it is present in Southeast Asian region. It is between Indian Ocean and what? The Pacific Ocean. The main choke point here is Strait of Malacca. Strait of Malacca. This is the first one. The second major important one, it is code of conduct. Yarge code of conduct. It is targeting China. Targeting China, which talks about what? Which talks about, it is, I can say, the controlling of expansionist policy in Indian Ocean region and the Pacific. It is as simple as that. It is reduction of expansion or expansionist attitude without mentioning China. Without mentioning China, expansionism need to be controlled, followed by following up of what laws? It is UNCLOS. UNCLOS andre United Nations Convention on Law of Seas. Nothing but the code of conduct which has been given by it is United Nations Convention on Law of Seas should be followed adequately with respect to the trade and the movement as well as security also. Security also, the second major important code, there must be free trade, there must be, it is the open trade also, the free and open. The third one which talks about what? Which talks about, it is stability in Myanmar. Stability in Myanmar. Now, why there is an instability in Myanmar? It is because there is a junta government. Because there is a junta government, first one. Second one, conflict between the religion. Conflict based on religion. What religion? It is Muslims and the Buddhists. And that has led to, it is ousting of the Rohingya Muslims, that has led to conflict in the region between the communities. It is conflict need to be reduced. Engappa conflict kadme madabodu. It is via mutual agreements, via the adequate debates and discussions, via dialogue, we can go for the sharing of power. At the same time, the third one, establishment of democratic government. Establishment of democratic government. Establishment of democratic government also. Establishment of democratic government also. Yes, this is about our 3 highlights. And the last, barbekadre, we have given invitation also. We have given an invitation also in Modi Madhvena. It is, we have given a invitation to attend education, the conclave, education conclave of head of the states, which will be organized at Nalanda University. Nothing but they have invited East Asian Summit countries to attend education conclave at Delhi, at Nalanda. Delhi, BL Latrana, BL Circle Ali. It is Bihar. It is Nalanda University. Done? Okay la? WhatsApp University alla? ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಓಕೆ ಬಿಡಿ ನೀವು ಅಂತ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರಂಗೆ okay the second question is Russia part of Indo-Pacific region? No. How come Russia can be a part of Indo-Pacific? Obviously no. Exactly. Exactly, yes. There has been a historical agreement the last week saying that UK government will be transferring the Chagos Island back to Mauritius, excluding Dio Garcia. Excluding Dio Garcia. Excluding Dio Garcia? Because this Dio Garcia has been leased for 99 years to USA. And they have established the US and the UK bases also. The basis is also present in the Chagos. We have discussed already, alva? Yes, already discussed ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. Exactly, yes. Next one, the few schemes ಬಗ್ಗೆ. Which all schemes was in use this week? The 2 important schemes was in use. One we call it as One we call it as Pradhan Mantri Early Career Research Grant Scheme has been launched. Pradhan Mantri Early Career Research Grant Scheme has been launched. Second one, it is Maha-EV. Maha-EV. What is Maha-EV? It is mission for advancement in high impact areas. Mission for advancement in high impact areas, EV. High impact areas, EV. This has been launched under, it is ANRF. ಏನಪ್ಪ ANRF? Anusandhan National Research Foundation. Anusandhan National Research Foundation. Anusandhan National Research Foundation has been launched. Anusandhan National Research, the foundation has been launched. Okay, alva? Now in the previous classes, I have discussed about Anusandhan. Yenappa, what is Anusandhan National Research Foundation andre enu? It is what is Anusandhan National Research Foundation? Why was in use initially? It is Anusandhan is nothing but what? Innovation. Innovation and increasing of what? R&D in the country. Research and development in the country. Research and development should be established in the country. Research and development should be established in the country. Alva, Anusandhan is nothing but R&D. Now NRF is nothing but National Research, the foundation. The National Research Foundation. Sir, enik sir news ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, this has been established in the previous year budget. In the previous year, a budget at a cost of what? 50,000 crore rupees under the Prime Minister's office. Under the Prime Minister's office. Now, to encourage R&D in the country, they have launched two important schemes. One we call it as Early Career Research Grant, and the second one we call it as Maha-EV. Maha-EV anta. Okay, alva? Yes. Shall we discuss one by one? Now, the first and foremost one, what do you mean by ANRF? What do you mean by ANRF? It is abbreviation. First and foremost one, it is abbreviation Anusandhan National Research Foundation. National Research Foundation. Okay, sahib ಹೇಳಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಳದೇ ಇರಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? Next about ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. Okay, next is about, now what do you mean by this ANRF? ANRF andre as simple as that, encouraging of the R&D in the country. Nothing but to bridge the gap between what? To bridge the gap between the research and the industrial application. Nothing but theory and practical should be reduced. Gap should be reduced between these two things. Theory ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದಾವೆ, lab to land reach ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Now to bridge this, we have established an organization called as ANRF. Nothing but Anusandhan National Research Foundation. Anusandhan National Research Foundation. Okay, now it is ANRF. Nothing but bridging the gap between. Bridging the gap between, nothing but bridging the gap between. Yaryar madhye? It is, I can say, R&D and industrial application. Industrial application should be reduced. Now for this, we have given a legal backing also. This organization has been given the legal backing also. What is the legal backing? The legal backing here is Anusandhan Act of 2003 or 2023, last year 2023, under the Ministry of Science and Technology, highly important one, under the Ministry of the Science and Technology, ಯಾವ year ಅಲ್ಲಿ or which act? It is Anusandhan, the National Research, the Foundation Act of the 2003. It is 2023. ಯಾಕೋ 23 ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, FRBM Act. Okay. It is 2023. Nothing but what? A statutory backing. Statutory backing has also been provided to this organization. Now at a cost of esto? It is fund year is 50,000 crore rupees. 50,000 crore rupees has been provided. 50,000 crore rupees has been provided to this organization for increasing R&D in the country. Now this ANRF comes under which personality? It is chaired by the Prime Minister of India. The Prime Minister of India. Yes, this is all about our ANRF. Now this ANRF, that is Ministry of Science and Technology, has launched a scheme called as the two important schemes. One we call it as it is Pradhan Mantri Early Career. It is research grant is being provided. Early research grant is being provided. Now what do you mean by what the object of the scheme? Now Guttirli, highly important one, this comes under science and technology, not under HRD. Be cautious here, not under education or HRD, not even under Niti, not even under Niti Ayog. Yes, it is the first and the foremost one. Ministry here is Ministry of Science and Technology, implemented by ANRF. Anusandhan National Research Foundation. Okay now. Now what is the objective of the scheme? Objective.
Before starting the career, the research for research and development.
Exactly. As simple as that. To foster innovation at what level? It is at the local level, the early stages. It is to foster innovation at early stages and at local level, to promote innovation. To promote innovation at yav level alli? It is at the local level. Second one, Maha EV. Mahandre, Mahalakshmina. It is mission for advancement with respect to high impact areas, EV. It is Nenpitkolim, it does not come under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. It does not come under. It is Environment, Forest and Climate Change also. It does not come under heavy industries also. Rather it is coming under. It is Science and Technology. What about second one? Objective. In a objective, it is advancement with respect to R&D. In which field? It is electric vehicles by providing adequate infrastructure. Infrastructure? Establishment of charging center, battery development, followed by affordable vehicles. Affordable vehicles should be provided under the high impact areas. Under the high impact areas related to EV. Nenpitkolli, we have discussed about the FAME has been renamed as PM E-Drive. PM E-Drive comes from which ministry? AV Industries. AV Industries, but this is coming under, it is Science and Technology. There will be question on this Maha EV because it is coming under Science and Technology. The Science and Technology mission. Yes. The next one, the LUPEX mission. Okay, Naidu. It is ANRF. Now while discussing about ANRF, we have discussed about the two schemes. One we call it as Early Career Grant, the research fund, followed by it is the Maha EV. Now under this, we have discussed about what is ANRF in detail info. Followed by we have discussed about the two schemes also. The two schemes also. Okay, na artha agtidya? Yes, done. The next one, it is LUPEX mission. LUPEX mission. Now, why was in use? Why was in use? Any couple LUPEX was in use. The first and the foremost one, that is, ISRO has finalized. ISRO has finalized, or a Department of Space has finalized the fifth manned mission to moon. The fifth manned mission to moon. Manned mission to the moon. What is LUPEX? Lunar Polar Exploration. The lunar polar exploration by ಯಾವ ವರ್ಷದೊಳಗಡೆ? By 2040. 2027 ಗಗನಯಾನ ಲಾಂಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೂನ್ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ. That to ಗಗನಯಾನ at what kilometers? 400 for 3 days. ಇದು? Is it a possibility? No, nothing but by the year. It is by the year 2040. See, ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ ನೀವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಇಯರ್ ಹಾಕೋಣ ಕಾಳಾಕೋಣ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. Yes or no? It is the fifth one year is the fifth mission. The fifth mission. Sir, 4M launch ಮಾಡಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, fifth ಹೆಂಗೆ? It is fifth has also been. It is at a developing stage. We'll be launching it by 2030. We'll be launching it by 2030 yesterly. Within some 2 years launch ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. But ಆದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗನೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. That's also for sure. That will be by 2030. Yes. Okay. Now with respect to this LUPEX mission, what is the abbreviation of LUPEX? It is Lunar Polar Exploration. The Polar Exploration Mission. Lunar Polar Exploration Mission. This will be launched by ಯಾವ country, Soro? It is exactly the collaborative project between India and Japan. Nothing but India side in the NASA. Okay, ISRO and JAXA. ISRO and JAXA. This is from India side. This is from Japan. Now for these two countries, it is supported by the NASA and ESA. NASA and ESA. NASA ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ? It is NASA from USA and European Space Agency. European Space Agency. They are just providing a support. To LUPEX mission, the fifth manned mission to, I can see the moon. It is the fifth manned mission, or I can say the fifth project, and this will be the manned mission to That is the moon by the year 2040. Yes. Now sir idella launch ಮಾಡಿ from where are we launching it? Is it India in the or Japan in the? It is, we'll be launching it from Japan, and that will be reaching it to which part of the moon? It is the south pole of the moon. This will be launching it to the south pole of the moon. Illi launch ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇವಿ. It is ಬರ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? Okay, now audible? Okay. Now the south pole of the moon. Now what is the objective of this mission? The first objective here is, it is sending humans to the moon. First objective here is sending a manned mission, nothing but a manned mission to moon. And the second major objective here is to analyze the quality and quantity of water. It is the quality and the quantity of water. And adhikoskara we are launching it to where? South Pole. Why South Pole? Because the water is maximum at the south pole of the moon. South pole of the moon ali maximum water is. Adhikoskara we are launching it to south pole of the moon. Yes. Okay alva? This is about our the LUPEX mission. The Department of the Space has given in approval that will be launching this manned mission to moon by the year 2040 as well. Now the main objective here is, this is not our, I can say, our own indigenous project, rather it's a collaborative project with four important organizations. We call it as ISRO, JAXA, NASA and European Space Agency. The most important uniqueness here is to study about the quality of water, the quality and the quantity of water above the surface of the moon, and we are also sending a manned mission to the moon also. Manned mission to moon. Yes, this is all about the fifth mission. Now the missions of, I can say, moon ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, which is the recent missions of moons which has been launched by India? It is, we call it as Chandrayana 1. It is Chandrayana 1 and 2 or 3. Okay alva? Chandrayana 1, Chandrayana 2 and 3. Now Chandrayana 1, was it a successful mission? Yes, it was a successful mission. Nothing but it is a planned crashing. Sumne crash agide and they are saying it is a planned crash anta. Successful mission, nothing but a planned crash. It is, we have planned and we have crashed on the surface of the moon. Okay alva? It is, but second time adene helakagalvalla. Yes sir, we can't say for the second time also. And they have accepted doubt baratte anta. They have said partially successful. It is partially henge. Nothing but the orbiter was functional but lander was failure anta. Now, which is this orbiter and which is this lander? It is Vikrant. It is Vikram lander. It is Pragyan as the rover. What did I tell you? It is rover. Nothing but lander. We call it as Vikram. And second one we call it as the Pragyan. We call it as the rover. We call it as the rover. Again, successful sir andre partially successful. Partially successful. What about the third Chandrayaan mission? It is completely successful. Nothing but it is, we have landed softly on the surface of what? On the surface of the moon. It is successful, soft landing. Soft andre? It is without crash. Without a crash agdange, we have landed. Nothing but Bengaluru land mado andandre Delhi. But we have landed safely. We have landed safely. We call it as the soft landing. Ange agirodadu. Okay alva? Now soft landing place we call it as ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? It is, we call it as Shiv Shakti point. This we call it as Shiv Shakti. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಶಿವ ಶಕ್ತಿ? ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಶಿವ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಶಿವ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Whereas the second one we call it as, it is a Tirang point. Tirang a point. Now this Chandrayaan 3 has been successfully landed on which date? It is August 23rd. August. It is 2/3/2023. We are celebrating this date as what? It is National Space Day. National Space Day na celebrate ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Okay ಅಲ್ವಾ? National Space Day. Yes. Okay alva? This is about our India's mission. Now after launching of this, I can say the third mission to the space successfully, India has become what? The fourth country to launch a mission to the moon, and the first country to launch it to the South Pole. It is the fourth country. It is uniqueness. It is fourth country to launch it to the moon after fourth yarad mele. It is USA, Russia and China. Adadmele India. It is followed by India, and the first country to land on the South Pole. By mistake land agbittide. They are claiming it. Okay. Exactly on, and yes, it is National Space Day. First to the South Pole. Exactly, yes. Exactly, Ria. Exactly, Seema. Sanya, exactly, yes. Okay. This is about our India's mission. What about the international missions? Now, few international missions to space. Luna series, which has been launched by Luna missions by Russia. It is USA though. Apollo mission. Oh, okay, okay. Juno mission. What is Juno mission? It is Jupiter mission which has been launched by NASA. Yes, Apollo. USA. What about Japan? The SLIM mission. What is SLIM? The smart lander for investigating the moon. Investigating the moon, the lightest and the, it is, I can say, exact landing also. The precision landing. The precision landing also. What about China's? It is Chang'e 6. Recent 1 year is the Chang'e. It is Change-E-L-A. It is Chang'e mission. Chang'e mission to space. Exactly. Okay, Alva. This is all about our the LUPEX mission. Now while discussing about our LUPEX, we have discussed about why was in use. Followed by, we have discussed about LUPEX in detail. Followed by, we have discussed about our own missions. We call it as Chandrayana 1, 2, 3. Followed by our applied concepts also nodadi. Followed by, it is our international missions. International missions. Yes. Next one from IR. Next one from IR, we call it as, it is UNICEF was in use. UNICEF was in news. Why? Why UNICEF was in use? It is India has become the, it is news here is India has become the third country. India has become the third country to supply what? A third largest supplier of the nutrition and health. Nutrition and health globally. Nutrition and health globally. The largest supplier of what? It is nutrition and health. Nutrition and health anta. Okay alva? Nutrition and health. Now on ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ about UNICEF, why India is contributing to the third anta kuda nodona. Despite we being utmost poverty, because recent agi it is, we have two important reports. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳಿ. It is different reports. One we call it as ಯಾವ report? It is one we call it as Global Hunger Index. What is the rank of India? It is 105. 105th ranking under severe poverty category or hunger category. It is India has been added under, it is severe hunger category. Severe hunger category out of 127 countries. Out of 127 countries ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? 105. ನಮಗೆ ತಿನ್ನೋಕೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಊಟ ಇಲ್ಲ, and we are contributing it to the outside world. Second one, it is multi-dimensional poverty index. Multi-dimensional poverty index al kuda, it is 1/3 of our children are facing what? It is hunger, malnutrition, and 50% of the women are facing anemic. It has been released by, yaar release madirodu? UNDP. It is United Nations Development Program, followed by Oxford Poverty Human Development Index. Human Development Index is GHI. It is concerned worldwide and wealth, hunger, IFA. Wealth, hunger, IFA. Example ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, basic questions, there will be factual questions. Released by, it is World Hunger IFA and concern worldwide. Concern worldwide. And the second report we call it as multi-dimensional poverty index. UNDP and OPHI. Now at India level, multi-dimensional poverty index is released by Niti Aayog. It is at India level, it is released by Niti. It is Niti Aayog. Yes. Okay, Alva. The continuation of UNICEF ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, this is about our first news. And the second, really first news, this should be clear, the third largest supplier of nutrition and health to the abroad, or I can say the complete world again. Complete world. This shows our the soft power diplomacy. The soft power diplomacy and contributing to the world to achieve our ideology called as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, nothing but we belong to can say one family concept. Now with respect to UNICEF, now when this UNICEF has been established, what do you mean by UNICEF? It is ashta. It is United Nations, the Children's Education Fund. The Children's, it is Education Fund anta maatadthivi. It is about this UNICEF, about this UNICEF ಬಗ್ಗೆ. About this UNICEF, it is a UN specialized body. Haudalva? It's a specialized body working under which main organ? ECOSOC. Okay, Alva? It is first and foremost one. It is UN specialized body working under a main organ called as United Nations ECOSOC. What is ECOSOC? It is Economic and Social Council. Economic and Social Council. When it has been established, where is headquarters? It is New York alide. When it has been established in the year 1946. It has been established in the year 1946 by United Nations General Assembly. Established by UNGA, but working under ECOSOC. Working under ECOSOC, headquarters elirutte. It is New York. It is present in USA. It is New York, USA. New York, USA. Okay, Alva. Now, what's the objective of this? What is the objective of this? What is the objective of this organization? Exactly, it is as simple as that. The health and wellness of the children is being enhanced at the world level. It is health and the wellness. Health and the wellness is being enhanced. Health and wellness of the children. Now, because of the adequate contribution which has been done by this organization, in the year 1965 ali, Nobel Peace Prize ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. We have received the Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel Peace Prize has been released for this organization in the year 1965 nalli. 1965. Yes. The last one, some uniqueness. The first uniqueness here is, sir, funds ilinda barutte ivrige. The funds is being released from which organization? It is the funds is being received from the voluntary donations. Voluntary donations. Adi largest donator yaru? One of the largest donor is India. The third largest donator. The third largest donator. Nothing but funds from voluntary means. And the second one, which is the report which has been released by UNICEF. The World's Children's Report. It is the state of the children report, or it is also called as the World's Children's Report, is released by, it is released by this UNICEF. The state of World's the Children Report. Yes? Okay, Alva. Today we have completed majority of the topics. Yes? Almost all complete ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. Done? Okay, Alva. Is there any doubts? Online, offline, is there any doubts? Yes? Okay, Alva. No doubts? Doubts idea? No? Thank you. See you all next week. Online, thank you. Rakesh, IVR, Nitushri, Lakshanya, thank you. Radhe, thank you. Ria, thank you. Lakshmanya, thank you. Okay. Before leaving, just leave a like. Comment ಮಾಡಿ, ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.